It is Monday the 7th, 19th, 19th of July. Here for just a really quick market update, see what's happening in the marketplace, have a look at what our trading opportunities might be, and roll from there. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to keep it really quick today. I've got some things that are going on right after this that I have to get to. So I'm going to try to keep this brief maybe under 7 minutes. I don't know. What's brief for Brian? I like to talk. Anyway, what is going on this week? Well, first off, just looking at our calendar, I haven't said this in a while, but for me, a good practice in the morning is to just have a look at the calendar to see what news is coming up for the day, because we want to be aware of what highly impactful things might be occurring that could affect the market and cause something out of the ordinary, some external factor, big change on a macroeconomic scale that causes reactions in the marketplace, volatile reactions. So we want to know what high impact news is coming up. This is a pretty light news week, actually. I'm just kind of scrolling through the entire week. So today we don't have any high impact news for the US dollar during the time that we're in the market. We do have a housing market index at 9 a.m., but it's medium impact. It's not a high impact report. Could it be impactful? It could, but we're going to see here in a second. The market's already selling off pretty wildly. So, but looking through the week, we don't really have any high impact news for the USD that would any US news that would really impact us on what we're doing for the days. So obviously check that every morning just to make sure that something unscheduled doesn't pop up there. But do be aware before you enter the market what big catalysts there might be that could cause things to occur. So where are we today as we look at the new session beginning here in about half an hour or so? What are we looking at? What are our potential moves? Well, the S&P is selling off. We see it in the NASDAQ as well. Big downward move right now. Of course, it depends on what time frame you look at it. So we look at it here on this 30 minute, and we go, oh my gosh, that's really selling off. But if you scroll that out and you look at a daily, it's not really that bad. We've got a long ways to go before we're really looking at a downward market. So do keep that in mind. Take it with a grain of salt what you're seeing. And that's one of the reasons that I look at things on this scale right here and look at a 4-hour and a 30-minute to confirm market bias. Now you can use whatever time frames you want to look at for market bias, but I'm trading a 30-minute chart here, so therefore I look at a 4-hour bias and then a 30-minute bias and make my determination. So what we can see here, blue and orange, the blue is still over the orange. That's telling us on a 4-hour period we're still on an upward market bias. This hasn't crossed yet. Remember, we're looking for definitive, quantifiable occurrences in the marketplace to make our trading decisions. Don't wing it. When we start winging it, it leads to emotional entries, leads to chasing the market, leads to a lot of things that aren't good for us over the long term. So anyway, blue is over the orange on the 4-hour. That tells us we're long on the 4-hour, but here on the 30-minute, we're in a short bias. So what does that mean? We have mixed biases. If we have a mixed bias, we don't do anything. Gold's a mixed bias as well. Don't do anything. Let the market figure out what it's going to do and then make a decision in a quantifiable method based on real things that are happening moving forward. I don't know. I lost my train of thought mid-sentence. But anyway, you get the gist, right? Where we have a long bias on the 4-hour, short bias on the 30-minute. Don't do anything. Just sit back, sit on your hands. You don't have to do anything. The crude is in a short bias now. The 4-hour is short, 30-minute is short. So on crude, we'll be looking for short trading opportunities. What does that mean to us? Well, it means that we'd like to see the market pushing up, making higher lows and higher highs, higher lows and higher highs. And then if it breaks back down in the direction of its current market bias, we would play the breakout of that previously closed higher low. So that's what we're looking for shorts in crude. So we're not doing anything in S&P, not doing anything in gold, and we'll play short in crude. Short is an interesting position, and it's something I'd like to talk about at some point. I don't have time to do it today. We're almost right at 5 minutes. I'd like to keep this short today, but short. Anyway, how many times am I going to say short? Anyway, shorting the market, going, selling, shares of something that we don't own, covering later. what is short selling? Why does it matter? Why might you not want to do it? I mean, there's a lot of money to be made going short because this is an old adage, right? Up by the stairs, down by the elevator. Talking about the stock market, it kind of goes tick, 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 up, and then it goes bloop, and it just kind of falls off. So often when it goes short, there's some panic selling, some liquidation of assets that kind of drive it down faster than maybe it goes up. So there's certainly a lot of opportunity when things do start selling off, but there's other market catalysts and just overall design of the marketplace that maybe need to be taken into consideration when we're in a bear market or a market that might indicate that we're able to start selling short. So something to noodle on right now. Maybe go in and do some research yourself and look at market mechanics. Just look at the overall market mechanics of the stock market. Think about what it's designed to do. What is the stock market designed to do? What is the purpose of the stock market? Which is what drives the indexes, right? The stock market's what drives the NASDAQ. It drives the S&P. It drives the Dow. I mean, that's all based on individual stocks being traded, right? What is the purpose of the stock market? Think about that for a second. Think about what it's designed to do and how it works and why it even exists. And then we can come back and talk about some things of shorting the market and why that maybe is a good thing or why that maybe is a bad thing, and why maybe you need to make some of the decisions around what to do with your money during bear seasons, right? So anyway, enough about that for now. I'm going to end it here. I'm right at 7 minutes, so I'm going to get out of here and go take care of some stuff. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll talk about what happened today, if we have any trading opportunities. If we don't, we'll come back tomorrow and just see what our next step is. All right. Have a great day.